what is your relationship like with Alex and Bitsy and Tyler in that dynamic?
Oh, I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, right off the bat, me and Alex were, and it's funny because, I've talked about this many times, and I know Alex has too, but it's funny because I don't think that like me and Alex would have met each other on the street and became best of friends. I don't think we would have disliked each other ever, but I definitely don't think that we would have been very close. But it's because of the fact that we were sort of forced into this environment that the chemistry happened, and then we ended up being like the best of friends. You know what I mean? And so me and Alex started hanging out right off the bat, and got super close very quickly. Bitsy and Tyler, definitely like I'm very close with them, but not so much just because like I don't really hang out with them outside of work. But there's a lot of downtime on set, and in all of that downtime, we're sitting in a tent in our chairs, sort of just talking, so we've spent hours and hours talking and hanging out on set. There's a lot of downtime in general on set, where you are just sort of preparing for the scene. They're setting up a new camera, changing a lens, setting up a new shot, turning around to the other side. Sort of if they were shooting this way, then they go around and shoot this way, and so they have to move all the lights and everything. And so, I mean, in general, I mean, there's so much time just to sort of get close to the cast. And I think that we all took advantage of that time, and we realized that even though we're playing characters in the show, if we had that closeness in real life, that would sort of translate onto the screen. And I think it has, I mean, I think that there's no question that if we hadn't hung out as much as we had, that it would be a different show. I mean, I really do think that it would have a different feel to it, especially with the boys' relationship with the parents. I think it would be a whole different beast.
There's a lot about who you are that you bring to the character, or do you find that you're very different from Jonathan?
I find that I have some similar traits. I think, but I think Jonathan is he's so incredibly, I like to call myself a realist, but in reality that I'm going to be a realist about that.
Right.
I'm more of a pessimist sometimes, I can be a little negative sometimes. And I think Jonathan is just so positive in any given situation. It's a really admirable trait. And I mean, he just goes headstrong into it, even when but it's not out of stupidity or bravery. It's just because he cares. It's usually just out of a place of really caring about the situation. And he usually puts himself in situations, or if he's forced into a situation, he's going to make the best out of it. And I think that he really cares about his family. And I think the values that he have been instilled in him by his parents and his brother. And I think that I can definitely relate to that. I have a brother. He's a lot older than me. We're definitely not twins. He's got a good 10 years on me. But then, I mean, definitely my parents have taught me everything I know. There's no question I wouldn't be the man I am today without them. And I think the same goes for Jonathan. He's a young man. He's growing up, but he's getting there, and he just over that, period of time in that first season that sort of elapses, you see this growth in him, and he gets stronger and learns how to deal with situations, learns how to handle himself under pressure. And he sees that, he always has had that in him. He's always had that strength, and Jordan sees the same, and it's funny because John, even though he doesn't have those powers, still manages to stay strong right now alongside his brother. When, he sees his brother sort of going through this, and he stays by his side. And I think that's really admirable as well.